So this video is just going to be a bit of an update. I'm just going to talk about what everything has been so far, and also a bit about what I'm planning on doing in the future, as in like with this channel and just stuff like that. Where have I been? I think if you've seen my posts, you know where I've kind of been. I have had a lot of things going on, year 13 and that, you know, mainly interviews, mainly UCAS, mainly like all that stuff. It's a lot of like effort, and like I would have time, but I just can't be asked to use that time to film another video or edit a video. Mainly editing takes ages. Yeah, that's pretty much where I've been. I keep on getting comments from people saying, oh, which unis did you apply to and things like that. I don't want to say, not because like I want to make it some big deal at the end or anything. It's more so I don't have any pressure of having to let people know if I got into any unis or not. I think it'd be better off if I just find out myself and then be like, oh, okay, so I applied for these unis and this is how it went. So it's literally, it's nothing serious or anything. But I think by now everyone knows that I have applied for Cambridge. So I keep on getting comments from people saying how like that went and things. I had my Cambridge interview a few days ago. You know what though? I don't feel nervous. I just feel like I'm in the stage of like acceptance. I've accepted it. Like whether I do well or not, it's fine. I just want this to be over and done with, to be honest. That's really how I feel about this now. This entire like UCAS process has dragged on for way too long. I just really don't want them to ask many questions about my personal statement and stuff like that. I don't think I'll do well in those type of questions. I feel like if they just stick to biology and chemistry, I think I'll probably be best with that. That was interesting. I do want to make a video on that. So but first I want to get all my like offers and rejections in place, get all that, and then I want to start talking about how everything's been. So I'm trying to like not care too much about the UCAS side and things. I think right now my main aim is to try and get everything back together again. Like I've got a lot of things I want to do. I think one thing I've definitely noticed about myself is that I have lots of ideas all the time. I always have a lot of things I want to do. Like I once made a list of all the things I wanted to do, and it's a long list and I still have that list. I've got so many different things that I want to attempt and get better at and focus on, but it's just so difficult to actually make the time for it. And like let me give you an example. So you know, a few videos ago I was talking about like reading and things, right? I've always wanted to like have reading as a habit, so I consistently read a bit each day. Let me just get this book. I still have this book, if you remember it from when I was reading it, and I'm towards the end of it now finally. But if I had actually stuck to reading it a consistent amount each day, then I would have definitely been done with this book by now. And it's not because it's a bad book or anything. It's actually really good. It's just I can't find the time. It's not even if I can't find the time, because I do have the time. It's more that I just don't. I just don't. I would literally like one thing also is I'd see like morning routine videos of people, and they wake up at like 5 a.m, they do this, they do that, they do this, and that's something that's so inspiring. It's something I always want to do, and I always managed to do it like one day or maybe 2 days, and then I would just stop, something would happen and everything would go back to square zero. So I think I will definitely make more videos, especially in the near future, more on like the self-improvement type thing, because that's something I'm definitely working on and trying to become a better person and stuff. Like especially now that like New Year's here, I do kind of want to try and new year, new me, you know. I don't want to say that just sounds so cringy. I want to learn a lot of new skills that I've like started a bit and I've just dropped, and like there's a lot of things I want to do. Like, I remember I sat down and I like categorized everything into what my main goals are, and the way I've like categorized it is through 4 main subsections. So I've got academics, religion, fitness and skills. Those are like my 4 main things that I strive towards, and each of those I've got a lot of things that I want to develop. I think I'm realizing more and more, especially I'm reading another book as well. I've got like a pile of books. Let me just get them. This book, I actually really recommend it. I've read 1 chapter of this so far, and I read it yesterday. I'm planning on reading another chapter today. I'm actually getting consistent for once, and it's made me learn that it's okay if I don't do everything, and that it's normal to feel like I'm underachieving, and it's more about just being happy the way I am, but at the same time not being indifferent. It's a good book. I really recommend it. For the 1 chapter I've read so far, it's actually really good. I don't think I ever see myself becoming someone who wakes up at 5 a.m. every day, has like a crazy morning routine, manages to cure cancer in the morning, and then like ends up going to sleep at 6 p.m. or something. I could never, but I want to have something in place that makes it closer towards that, and I think that's the important thing, to always strive towards that. But I mean, perfection isn't real, so it's okay not to feel that each day is different. And I think if I am trying to strive towards something that is just unattainable, then you know that's not really going to lead anywhere. So enough on that tangent. I hope you guys see what I mean by like it's really difficult to maintain a lot of things. I do want to make it more of a habit next year, hopefully. I am like, but the thing is, I'm not using New Year as an excuse to start everything. I'm trying to start now and trying to like in these four categories to become higher up in them, if that makes sense. I want to talk a bit about A-levels, you know, how A-levels are going, year 13, how that's coming along. Oh, I'm hearing the music, the intro music. No A-level diaries, don't worry. We're not doing an A-level diaries video. But speaking of A-level diaries, what if we go back to our previous A-level diaries, see how those ones are coming along? Oh my, what? I think I've changed quite a bit from this. Get yourself comfortable, grab a cup of tea, get some popcorn or whatever. I'm gonna go get a cup of tea myself and let's get straight on with the video. I've got my fake cup of tea right here. It's only got water inside. This intro is banging, it always will be. Wait, how long was this? How long ago? A year ago, wow. Okay. It's the same cup and everything as well. I think we can skip past like all this stuff, right? We don't really need to sit and watch through me making tea. Oh, okay, there I am. Hello.
Biology, chemistry.
And French. French is gone now.
Once you understand the topic, it clicks, and then it's...
I can agree. I think understanding a topic in chemistry is more difficult than doing practice questions for it afterwards. For biology, I would say that doing the practice questions is a difficult part, but for chemistry, it's that initial understanding what's going on and initially doing those first couple questions that's hard, but then you realize that everything's the exact same and the way they ask questions is very, very similar most of the time. Now, obviously not always, because otherwise everyone would be getting 100%, but it is to the point where if you have done enough practice, you can pretty much guarantee yourself a good score as long as you're familiar with that topic. Whereas with biology, even if you've done a lot of practice, the questions might just be some weird curveball, and even though you thought you might have gotten the answer, you probably didn't, because that's just how the biology mark schemes work. But then again, the grade boundaries for both of them, they tell their own tale. Is that a thing? Tell their own tale? What does tell its own tale mean? Collins Dictionary, let's see. I don't know if I just made to be self-evident. Okay, what tangent am I even going across here? Already I'm feeling a big jump. So if you've heard people say that there's a big jump between year 12 and year 13, I can confirm that only being in school for about a week. I can already... Yeah, it's crazy the jump from year 12 to year 13. Like, the content in year 12 is actually mostly straightforward, but then the content jump from year 12 to year 13 is so big, but it's just the fact that you don't care as much because you've got so much other things to worry about. I especially noticed this initially with biology. Biology took a really, really big step, especially the very beginning stages when we started photosynthesis and respiration. If you're in year 12, I am just saying that is probably one of the most difficult things that you're going to come across. But then once you've understood it, you come back to it and you're like, how did I find this difficult? Like, it's hard, but it's really easy to review because it's just a few cycles that you have to learn. But it looks so confusing for what it is, especially for biology. Biology is not very chem heavy. So when you're starting to do all this like biochem, it can be weird stuff at the beginning. And I was losing it back then. But now it's fine. Everything we're doing in biology now is really good. It's not that bad. But then the stuff we're doing in chemistry, it's clearly taking a step up, but I don't think it's that hard. Unpopular opinion, a lot of people have been saying that A-level chem is one of the most difficult A-levels. I have to disagree. It's not that bad. I think a lot of the topics are definitely weird, and I feel like every lesson just feels like I don't know what's going on. But then reviewing the content and actually doing questions afterwards is not that bad, honestly. I think the hardest part about A-level chem is getting the A star in the end, because the grade boundaries are really, really high compared to biology, for example. But I honestly find A-level maths really, really difficult, and I mean, probably because like I didn't expect it to demand so much of my time. In year 12, it didn't really take up much time to review maths because it would mainly be a lot of year 11 things just being added on to. But now we're doing entirely new topics and they can be very confusing at first. And the most difficult part is just going over them because it's so long and it just takes a lot of time. Difficulty wise, I think chemistry still has to be up there. It's the most difficult, yeah, but it's definitely not that bad. I thought it would be a lot worse. I think it's because having gone through like UCAS and things, UCAS just becomes so much of a worry that biology, chemistry, maths in my case just stops being that much of a threat. I think it's going to start becoming more and more serious as I get closer and closer towards A-levels, but I'm at a stage right now where I don't care. I think in terms of the plan forward though with this channel, I guess I'm definitely planning on making more videos now because I have the time to. It's the holidays now. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, and that's it. Thanks for watching this video. If you actually sat through all this, I'm really, really grateful. Thank you so much for sticking around, and I'll hopefully see you guys very, very soon. So bye for now, but I won't be gone for long again, so see you.